Hi, my name's Mark Schember. Welcome to Open Mic with Phil Farmer. This is Phil Farmer with me.
Hi.
And Open Mic with Phil Farmer is a musical variety show. And we today are featuring Phil as a solo artist on his guitar and vocals. In the past, we've had Phil accompany other people on keyboards. Mary Bujold, a very talented artist. You'll see her on some upcoming episodes. And also we coming up with a big blank here. I'm trying to remember guys' names. I'm not remembering guys' names.
Jeff Lenoch is my guitar teacher.
Yeah, Jeff and Larry and his wife.
Larry Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
Larry Carpenter played with Laura Moe on a past episode of my show.
Laura Moe, yeah. So we originally taped over at the Minneapolis Television Network, and we decided to move over here to the studios of the St. Paul Neighborhood Network. And really, I'm pretty happy over here. Phil, what do you think about this move?
I think it's a good move. And for anybody interested in getting involved in cable TV, you know, scheduling can be a big issue and a problem sometimes. So I think belonging to two stations, if one is booked up in the time that you want to be taping, you shouldn't let it discourage you. If there's another station nearby that you could join, you know, cheaply, and as most of them are, and get yourself through the orientation and certification classes that are pretty brief and easy to get through for the most part, then you sort of have more capacity for your scheduling issues, which turned out to be what saved my need for being able to get scheduled in when I need to.
Public access is magnificent, really, for allowing people like you and me, we're just average guys, not a lot of money, just working guys, that have an idea for a show, and St. Paul Neighborhood Network provides the studio space, the training, the expertise, the technical advice, and the studio space to be able to put on a show. And for people out there that want to put on their own show, that have an idea, this is how you do it. This is public access at its finest. And it's a real blessing to be able to have this available. You know, this is a television show, and not everybody gets to be able to do that, and we're pretty lucky.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. So, Phil, how long have you been playing guitar?
Only 2 years, really.
Mm-hmm.
I started lessons and had a few teachers, and just really never got past the stage of wanting to throw the guitar at the wall.
Right.
Then I had one who was just a real kind of strict disciplinarian type that got me real immersed. Mm-hmm. Then I had another one that sort of brought me to another level, and then the one I'm working with now for the last 9 months finally got me ready to play in front of people, being very patient, friendly, and has a really good teaching technique.
Mm-hmm. How often do you practice?
I try to get in an hour every day, but every once in a while, things in my personal life prevent me from continuing with that regimen of progress. Mm-hmm. But I think what I have behind me now is finally propelling me into the increased confidence level.
Was it hard to develop the discipline to practice every day? I know when I tried to learn to play guitar, it was hard to discipline myself to play every day. And even, or people in school, students to study. Right now I'm having to try to study every day, and that's
Yeah.
hard to develop that discipline.
It's very hard for probably most people that I talk to, and that's why some people I know that are really, really good are even in their 60s. And they've told me they've had to put it down for as long as 4 years because of career, family, and whatever, travel, whatever. I just really, even if I have to put it down for a whole month because of not feeling well or getting distracted by work obligations, I still try to go back to it and stay in lessons. My advice to anyone is definitely to stay in lessons and have the teacher sort of, you know, well, I'll use the word pushing you into the next level of progress, because in the beginnings and intermediate stages, you definitely need to be pushed into further progress.
And that helps you to move along and study and be that, or to practice, I should say, and be disciplined and be accountable to your teacher.
And also increase your own confidence. If your goal is to play in front of people, if it's not, you still need to be confident that you can handle, you know, playing. And again, it's a complicated world of, you know, numbers and letters and symbols that get you to understand the whole thing. So it's quite complex.
Well, Phil, I noticed that your vocals seem like you've been at that longer than 2 years. Tell me about your singing career.
Oh, well, the first thing I ever tried out for, I was 19, and it was a musical show. And I went to the high school near the house where I grew up, and I tried out for the part, and they said, well, you're cast and rehearsals are going to start in less than a week or something. And I went home all excited, and they called me a few hours later and said, no fault of your own, and not for any reason or actual thing that you've done or didn't do, but we've decided to write your part out of the play. And so that was my first kind of rude awakening into what the life would be like.
Ouch.
Yeah, what the you know, career path would be like. But I didn't give up, and everybody would tell me I had a good voice and I should try to continue and pursue singing. And cable TV was the breakthrough that made me in the position to say I am going to just do my own thing. And it was around 2012 when I had started hearing a lot of and learning a lot of folk music because of having access to the public library. You know, I actually was able to be introduced to music I hadn't known or heard before, and then certain friends I made helped me, you know, deepen and further my knowledge of folk music. Joan Baez, Bob Dylan, Woody Guthrie, a lot of things I think people in my age group maybe overlooked. And so everything came together that way, and then with the open mics around the Twin Cities, and then deciding to incorporate the performance in the open mics in the coffee houses into what I was doing in the cable TV stations is what's kind of brought me to where I'm at today. And I'd like to think that it's just constantly improving by trying to get on top of technical things, stay on top of them, learn, and then while pursuing guitar lessons and trying to deepen and further the knowledge of the folk music and the repertoire. It's all finally progressing by staying involved and getting more involved in everything.
Yep. But you can't do everything yourself. And one thing about public access is the networking and getting to know other people that can help you in crew positions on your show. I know when I did my show a quarter century ago, back in the early 90s, I volunteered on other people's programs for a while, and I got to know a lot of other people, and I learned different crew positions, camera and floor director, and setting up lighting and running the mics and things like that. Worked on some remote shoots. But through all this time, I got to know other people. Mm-hmm. And when it came time to do my own show, I had a good list of people that I had met along the way and phone numbers that I had collected, and that helped me put on my shows, when the time came to do that, and it was real helpful. So when you asked me to help on your show and to start, taking the certification classes back at MTN again, after a long time of not doing, well, I'd been back in a little while, but I needed more practice, more certification. Coming over here to the St. Paul Neighborhood Network, they've had some really good classes over here, some very good instructors on the staff here to help out, and that are helping us put together a good project. This segment is just a studio practicum for our audience, a little trivia for our audience to know there. And we usually just use a single camera for the show, and we're using 3 cameras tonight, maybe even there's a 4th one back there. It adds and enhances the ability of anybody out there that might be thinking about doing a show to produce the average quality television studio program. This is a full television studio here, and it's nice to be able to do it. And I'm a little impressed being able to go back to using the 3 and 4 cameras tonight earlier when we were recording you during your songs, as opposed to usually just using the 1 camera. And we'll see how things go in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll change up, who knows. But it's I think it went really, really well tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
So, well, it's been interesting.
Definitely.
And it's been good working with you.
Okay,
so
thank you.
Thanks a lot. All right, Phil. All right.
This is the Ranger's command. Come all of you cowboys all over this land. I'll sing you the law of the Ranger's command to hold a 6-shooter and never to run, as long as there's bullets in both of your guns. I met a fair maiden whose name I don't know. I asked her to the roundup, with me would she go? She said she'd go with me to the cold roundup and drink that hard liquor from a cold, bitter cup. We started for the roundup in the fall of the year, expecting to get there with a herd of fat steer. When the rustlers broke on us in the dead hour of night. She rose from her warm bed, a battle to fight. She rose from her warm bed with a gun in each hand, saying, "Come all of you cowboys and fight for your land. Come all of you cowboys and don't ever run. As long as there's bullets in both of your guns." This is called Stew Ball. Stew Ball was a good horse, and he held a high head, and the mane on his foretop was fine as silk thread. I ran him in England, and I ran him in Spain, and I never did lose, boys. I always did gain. So come all you gamblers, wherever you are, and don't bet your money on that little gray mare. Most likely she'll stumble. Most likely she'll fall. But you never will lose, boys, on your noble stew ball. Sit tight in your saddle. Let slack on your rein, and you never will lose, boys. You always will gain. And as they were riding about halfway around, that gray mare she stumbled and fell to the ground. And way out yonder, ahead of them all, came a prancing and a dancing, my noble stew ball. Stew Ball was a good horse, and he held a high head, and the main on his foretop was as fine as silk thread. This is called All the Pretty Little Horses. Hush-a-bye, don't you cry, go to sleepy little baby. When you wake, you shall have all the pretty little horses, blacks and bays, dapples and grays, coach and for a little horses, hush-a-bye, don't you cry, go to sleepy little baby. Blacks and bays, dapples and grays, coach and for a little horses, hush-a-bye, don't you cry, go to sleepy little baby. Once upon a time, a girl with moonlight in her eyes put her hand in mine and said she loved me so. But that was once upon a time, very long ago. Once upon a hill, we sat beneath a willow tree, counting all the stars and waiting for the dawn. But that was once upon a time. Now the tree ruffled through her hair. How we always laughed as though tomorrow wasn't there. We were young and didn't have a care. Where did it go? Once upon a time, the world was sweeter than we knew. Everything was ours. How happy we were then. But somehow, once upon a time, never comes again. This is called Lazy Afternoon. It's a lazy afternoon, and the beetle bugs are zooming, and the tulip trees are blooming, and there's not another human in view but us two. It's a lazy afternoon, and the farmer's leaves he's reaping. In the meadow, cows are sleeping, and the speckled trout are leaping upstream as we dream. A fat pink cloud hangs over the hill, enfolding like a rose. If you hold my hand and sit real still, you can hear the grass as it grows. It's a hazy afternoon, and I know a place that's quiet, except for daisies running riot, and there's no one passing by it to see. Come spend this lazy afternoon with me.
Hi, I'm Mary Bujold, and this is Good Morning Heartache. Good morning, heartache, you old gloomy sight. Good morning, heartache, thought we said goodbye last night. I tossed and turned until it seemed you had gone. But here you are with the dawn. Wish I'd forget you, but you're here to stay. It seems I met you when my love went away. Now every day I start by saying to you, good morning, heartache, what's new? Stop haunting me now. Can't shake you, no how. Just leave me alone. I've got those Monday blues, straight through Sunday blues. Good morning, heartache, here we go again. Good morning, heartache, you're the one who knew me when. Might as well get used to you hanging around. Good morning, heartache, sit down.
This is called the Golden Vanity. Oh, there was a ship that sailed out on the lowland sea, and the name of the ship was the Golden Vanity, and we feared she'd be taken by a Spanish enemy as we sailed along the lowland, lowland, sailed along the lowland sea. Then up spoke our cabin boy, boldly outspoke he, and he said to the captain, what would you give to me if I swam alongside of the Spanish enemy, and I sunk her in the lowland, lowland, sunk her in the lowland sea? Oh, I will give you silver, and I will give you gold, and my own fair daughter, your bonny bride shall be, if you swim alongside of the Spanish enemy, and you sink her in the lowland, lowland, sink her in the lowland sea. The boy, he made ready, and overboard swam he, and he swam alongside of the Spanish enemy. And with his brace and auger in her side he bore holes 3, and he sunk her in the lowland, 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 sunk her in the lowland sea. The boy, he swam back to the cheering of the crew, but the captain would not heed him, his promise he did rue, and he cursed his poor entreaties as loudly he did sue, and he left him in the lowland, 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 he left them in the lowland to sea. This is called East Virginia. I was born in East Virginia, North Carolina, I did roam. There I met a fair, pretty maiden. Her name and age I do not know. Her hair it was of a brightsome color, and her lips of a ruby red. On her breast she wore white lilies. There I long to lay my head. Well, in my heart you are my darling. At my door you're welcome in. At my gate I'll meet you, my darling. If your love I could only win, I'd rather be in some dark holler where the sun refused to shine, than to see you be another man's darling, and to know that you'll never be mine. Well, in the night I'm dreaming about you. In the day I find no rest, just the thought of you, my darling, sends aching pains all through my breast. Well, when I'm dead and in my coffin, with my feet turned toward the sun, come and sit beside me, darling. Come and think on the way you've done. This is As Tears Go By. It is the evening of the day. I sit and watch the children play. Smiling faces I can see, but not for me. I sit and watch as tears go by. My riches can't buy everything. I want to hear the children sing. All I hear is the sound of rain falling on the ground. I sit and watch as tears go by. It is the evening of the day. I sit and watch the children play, doing things I used to do, they think are new. I sit and watch as tears go by. This is called The Trees They Do Grow High. The trees they grow high, and the leaves they do grow green. Many's the hour my true love I've seen. Many's the hour I've watched them all alone. He's young, but he's daily growing. Father, dear Father, you've done me great wrong. You've married me to a boy who is too young. I'm twice 12 and he is but 14. He's young, but he's daily growing. Daughter, dear daughter, I've done you no wrong. I have married you to a great Lord's son. He'll make a Lord for you to wait upon. He's young, but he's daily growing. Father, dear Father, if you see fit, we'll send him to college for 1 year yet. I'll tie blue ribbons all around his head to let the maidens know that he's married. One day I was looking o'er my father's castle wall. I spied all the boys a-playing with the ball. My own and true love was the flower of them all. He's young, but he's daily growing. At the age of 14, he was a married man. At the age of 15, the father of a son. At the age of 16, his grave it was green, and death put an end to his growing. Thank you. This is By My Side from the musical Godspell. Where are you going? Where are you going? Will you take me with you? For my hands are cold and need warmth. Where are you going to? Far beyond where the horizon lies, where the horizon lies, and the land sinks into mellow blueness. Oh, please take me with you. Let me skip the road with you. I can dare myself. I can dare myself. I'll put a pebble in my shoe and watch me walk. I can walk, I can walk. I shall call the pebble Dare. We will walk together, walking. Dare shall be carried, and when we both have had enough, I will take him from my shoe, saying, meet your new road. Then I'll take your hand, finally glad that you are here by my side, by my side, that you are here by my side. Thank you. This is Red River Valley. From this valley, they say you are leaving. We will miss your bright eyes and a sweet smile. For they say you are taking the sunshine that has brightened our lives for a while. side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu, but remember the red river valley and the cowboy that loves you so true. I have promised you, darling, that never, never will a word from my lips cause you pain, and my life, it will be yours forever if you only will love me again. Won't you think of this valley you're leaving? Oh, how lonely, how sad it will be. Oh, think of the fond heart you're breaking, and the grief you are causing me. From this valley they say you are leaving. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile, for they say you are taking the sunshine that has brightened our lives for a while.
I was not the one you wanted. You can see I'm reconciled. Must you be so disappointed? Can you not carry on in style? Is it too much to say we loved hard till the world fell back in place and left us where we are? I feel like the king when the queen loses faith and the crowd rushes in to tear down the gate. Well, the whole palace slept and I never rang the bell. Maybe that's poetic justice, but it's pretty hard to tell. When the fortune we Luck is fortune's dirty joke, and the player's chance of winning is diminished by his hope. God, we laugh just to think of the gold we had running through our hands when we were on a roll. I feel like the king when the queen loses faith and the crowd rushes in to tear down the gate and declare what was mine I stole from someone else. Maybe that's poetic justice, but it's pretty hard to tell. It's hard to tell why the solid ground surprised us when we fell. And it's hard to say it's life or death, or just so many bitter words beneath your breath. To say we loved hard till the world fell back in place and left us where we are. I feel like the king when the queen loses faith and the crowd rushes in to tear down the gate. Well, the whole palace slept and I never rang the bell. Maybe that's poetic justice, but it's pretty hard to tell. I feel like the king when the queen loses hope and the crowd rushes in, raise the gallows pole and declare what they must do. I am doing to myself. Well, if that's poetic justice, how would anybody tell?